Hey guys, Sam here from HS Media TV on YouTube. In today's project tutorial I will show you how I created this tilt shift or miniature effect in Adobe After Effects. By the way, you can also apply the same principles I will show you later in Photoshop if you just want to edit a single image. So yeah, before we start, I just want to tell you some more things about this tilt shift effect. And the first thing is that usually you should try to use a tilt shift lens, so something like the Canon 17mm TSE or 24mm TSE L. Both of these lenses are very expensive, I think about €2,000 or $2,500, so way out of the price range for me or for most other people, especially if you are just doing this in your free time. What I will show you today is a very easy way on how to get this effect in post-production using just some adjustment layers. But yeah, enough talk right now. Here's our final result of today's tutorial. Okay, as you watch it, I think you will notice at least four key elements which are essential to get this perfect tilt shift illusion, or this miniature illusion right here. The first thing is that I'm filming on a very high level, so I point my camera downwards. I was at a very high house, I think it was an administration building with a very high tower, something about 30 or 40 meters. And I would always recommend that you try to shoot from a very high building. It always looks better than just on the ground or on a low bridge or something like that. Then the second key part is of course the saturation. So you see it's very oversaturated, the colors really pop out. Then of course you have these blurred parts at the top and the bottom of your image. And finally I speed up the whole video so that it looks really, yeah, like a time-lapse sequence. Okay, so yeah, that's the introduction, so let's start with our video. I already imported my video layer right here, and as you can see, it's way too long, it's about 45 seconds. So what we want to do first is right click, choose time stretch, and now you have two options. You can either type in the percentage or type in a fixed number, so the duration. I choose something about, let's say, 6 seconds, look good. Okay, if you want you can now adjust the length of your composition to stay organized. And the next step you want to do is create a new adjustment layer, so layer, new adjustment layer, and just call it color or whatever you like. And the first effect we want to apply is a simple curves adjustment, so hit curves and apply this effect. And now just draw a simple S-curve to add some contrast, so just to make the image a bit more punchy. Okay, perfect. The next effect is just hue and saturation. Okay, and here you have to be very cautious, because if you oversaturate your image, something like here, you get these super ugly artifacts. So I would recommend something around, let's say 40 or 50. Let's say 50. Yeah, I think 50 is just fine. Okay, so next create a second adjustment layer and call it blur. And then apply an effect called lens blur. And what this effect does, it simply tries to simulate normal lens blur or the bokeh of a camera lens. And I usually choose a value between 10 and 12. So I think 10 looks fine. Okay, then you want to start drawing a mask on your image. You can either choose the rectangle tool if you want to draw a straight lined mask, but I usually prefer the pen tool, because with the pen tool I can draw a more random shape. Try to stay here in the center of the image. Of course you don't have to be perfectly in the middle. Just try to leave some blurred space at the top and the bottom of your image. So for this picture I would maybe choose something like this one right here. Of course you can always adjust the single points of your mask. Then just change the mask from add to subtract so that you have just your bottom here and your top of your image blurred and the center without blur. But the problem you notice right here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, is those super hard edges. So blur without blur, and that does not look good because you want a seamless transition. So you want to do is open up your mask settings and then just mess around with the mask feather right here. I recommend choose a value between, let's say, 250 or 300 or 275. I think that looks good. Okay, and the last thing I will add is a vignette, because a vignette will draw the attention of your audience to the center of your image. By the way, if you don't know how to create a vignette, just create a black solid, then change your freeform tool to ellipse, and then just double click this symbol right here, and then of course choose subtract again. Hit M 2 times and once again mess around with the mask feather and the mask expansion right here. Okay, so without the vignette and with the vignette, I really like the black edges right here because, like I said, it draws the attention from the viewer to this center point right here. Okay, of course, rename it to vignette to stay organized, and yeah, that's all you have to do in After Effects. Like I said, it should be nearly the same in Photoshop. So yeah, I hope you like this tutorial. Like always, if you find it useful, then just hit the like button, share and subscribe. And if you have still any questions or tutorial requests, then just write me or leave a comment. So see you next time, and yeah, stay creative, have fun.